Hello everybody, how are you? This is Karthik Poovanam. I'm a leadership coach, author and a travel explorer. Taking a nice morning walk. Absolutely amazing. This road, so free amidst the forest. Feeling gracious and amazing. It is so lovely to be experiencing the presence of the winds, and also a very, very remarkable and fantastic time with the self. Absolutely fabulous. When was the last time you had a very, very amazing walk? When was the last time you really had a nice, joyful walk? When was the last time you had pleasant memory recall while you were walking? Whether you know or you do not know. If you do not know, it's important that you know. You're constantly under the influence of thoughts. Today, there's enough and substantial research which is largely available online for free about automatic thoughts, the way in which automatic thought occurs, and the kind of influence it has on your life. So it's very, very important for you to have a pleasant memory recall. Otherwise, you see, the clinical studies very clearly states that a situation determines the mood and the mood determines the automatic thought. So it's very important to reframe the way in which you have defined the experience that you have perceived in that situation. To some extent it is true. But largely I feel when you are having a pleasant memory recall, which is the most effective technique of all, you will never be tired when you are experiencing pleasant memories. When you are thinking joyful times, when you think about joyful situations, when you think of comedy, when you think about, humor, it really empowers you. There have been any number of studies where people have literally came out of some of the most deadly, incurable diseases by simply watching something extremely pleasant and joyful. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let me share with you something absolutely amazing. Alright, so here's what it is. When you appreciate life, life appreciates you back. And sometimes it's always good to get into a zone where you are constantly appreciating pleasantness within yourself. Now, I'm sure every one of you in your life, you would have experienced, to whatever extent or to whatever degree, a certain level of pleasantness. Otherwise, you will not be alive. So therefore, it's important for you to consciously create a pleasant memory recall while you are involved with nature, thanking, experiencing gratitude, experiencing a very nice time, watching the greenery. Now you see I'm watching this greenery. Oh, see, nice, pleasant, pollution-free environment. On to my right is a very dense forest, so they have fenced it up. Even where we are entering is also going to be a dense forest. You just gotta have to take a little bit of permission and you're done. So it's like two layering, one layer over there, another layer here. So there's fencing, two-layer fencing. And it's completely, natural energies are used, which is very good. The wind energy is used. It's good. Eco-friendly measures are always very nice. Solar energy, wind energy. And I'm sure there's a lot to explore in the space. So likewise, as I'm telling you, there's a lot to explore in terms of your memory bank also. Your memory is capable of giving you an experience. It's capable of giving you a high, and it's also capable of ruining your experience. You can feel bad for simply just the fact that you're remembering something extremely terrible that has happened to you. Some unpleasant conversation what has happened maybe 3 years or 4 years or 5 years or 10 years or 20 years back. Your mind is capable enough of punishing you for it if you remember it. So therefore it's extremely important, rather than trying to have a battle which is like trying to reframe the experience, trying to recreate a different experience, or trying to do something. It's always important to fill yourself and pump yourself with pleasant memory boosters. And over a period of time, when you do pleasant memory boosters, now people ask me, how much time do I have to do this? Well, don't you know, if you're going through a negative thought or negative automatic thought on a regular basis, and if at all you're aware. If you're not aware, you will not even know, because you'll be constantly distracted, trying to hide yourself by listening to something, by watching some movies, and even then the background you go through those emotional outbursts. Otherwise, why do many people who go to parties, who watch movies regularly, you look at the people who are depressed. Most of the people go to parties, they go to holidays, they get what they want in a moderate manner. Despite that, they are depressed. They watch movies, they listen to songs, they what not, and they get depressed. Now the reason is the background, no matter how much you try to hide, just getting boiled up. It's like an engine which is not regulated properly is getting heated while you drive. So maybe you can go, to some extent you can go, but essentially you will not be able to carry forward that momentum, because eventually your system will burn you out. So it's important as an individual for you to realize the significance of a joyful internal state and feel good, feel wonderful, feel alive, feel rejuvenated, so that you feel deeply connected to yourself. And feeling deeply connected to yourself is very, very important. Otherwise, you will miss out on life big time. So go ahead and start experiencing a gracious time with life. Go ahead and start experiencing a wonderful time with life, and feel the presence of light in a very fantastic manner, and start taking the routes that nobody has ever taken. And a lot of people, they go straight. What I do, I venture into the woods like this. You see, this is the woods. You go straight into the forest, and I take these routes. And when I take these routes, I take them with utmost grace and caution, because if one is not careful, if one is not gracious, there's always a chance of a wild animal attack. So it's important to go in a very pleasant way, in a gracious manner, feeling the joy, feeling the vibe, feeling the connectedness, and feeling the gracious presence of life. It is awesome to be here and to feel joyful, to feel vibrant, and to feel deeply connected to oneself. Because when one is deeply connected to themselves, in many, many ways, they feel the presence. Can you see this? This is an indication of a bear. Can you see that? This one. The only thing is, if the bear is with its kids, it's a risk. So just have to be more gracious, joyful, absolutely pleasant while making every step, and remember the Creator, because if one does not know the power and significance of grace, eventually it's going to be a disaster, a very big disaster. So have the influence of grace in your life, have the influence of the Creator. It's important, because if you are not going to have the significance of the Creator, if you are not having the significance of grace, you will miss out on life big time. So it's very, very important for you to experience a gracious time and feel the vibe, feel the joy, feel the presence of life amidst the woods. It's a gracious experience. Look at these deep, absolutely amazing. Be gracious, be joyful, be absolutely incredible. And don't forget what all I have said. Maybe you got to listen to this any number of times. Listen to it, apply it, because there's no point just listening without applying. You know, many people just listen to videos, motivational talks, and there are no consequence. And most of my videos, if you look at them, they have a practical essence. There is a practical. Oh, there's lots of marks. That's what I say. All that protects people here is grace and joy. Without being in grace, it's not possible to venture into these places. I do not advise everybody to come to these kinds of spaces. You gotta be in enormous grace. Ah, beautiful. Amazing. Be gracious, have a wonderful time, and feel joyful all the time. Because the end of the day, that's all that matters, as I've always been saying. Love and grace, that's all that matters. Rest all will fade. Rest all will not last. Nothing will last apart from love and grace. Everything else will put you down. Everything else will pass in accordance to time. There is no certainty of anything. The skills that were of utmost demand, they were in demand, today no longer exists. Earlier days, this phone PCOs used to be of great help. Today there is no PCO anywhere. Absolutely no PCO. You gotta be a little careful, you gotta be observant. But when you are in grace, when you perceive life and you feel joyful and you realize the enormous significance of love and grace, and I constantly do a memory recall, you will have access to these wonderful possibilities. Absolutely amazing. Very joyful. So nice morning walk. coming to these places closer to life, feeling the very, very pleasant winds, sitting near the lake, completely natural rock like this, and immersing in the thought of Lord is fabulous. So I will conclude this video. It's been a very good time. I feel even you had a very good time walking along with me in this gracious spaces and in these wonderful moments. What more fantastic thing can be to remember Lord. Jai 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 Balaji. I can see the image of the Lord Balaji all around me. I will just immerse myself for some time here, and I will see you all in another amazing video. Have a great time, everyone. Stay blessed, stay energized. Don't forget to watch this video any number of times and apply the processes. Good day.